Hello everyone, hello pro traders, welcome to GW Pro Trading. It's Gwyn Michael here, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you the technical setup which we have and also points of possible entries as well when I want to start looking for trading opportunities on Nzdjpy. If you're new to this channel, I recommend that you subscribe and also smash on the notification bell on this channel so you'll be getting information whenever I post content such as this one. Alright, in this video we're going to be using the Elliot wave and we're going to count the wave for Nzdjpy, and we're going to look at possibilities and probabilities as well. We're going to be looking at what is happening, what will happen, and we're going to look at points of possible win. Alright, so let's get into it. We did have a very strong impulse to upside from here, and we also had it that price then corrected a little bit and then continue moving to the upside. However, we had that drop back into this territory, which also we had more of an impulse, another impulse to downside. I don't know what activities happened previously before then, right? Because there are no price actions before then, right? But also what we also can identify is that we have a structure. We have an impulse and we have a corrective wave. And we have the next impulse to the upside, which could have also created a wave 1, a wave 2, and possibly would be looking for some sort of structure to continue into wave 3 and also wave 4 and maybe wave 5. Alright, so what we also can identify is that we have more of a truncated wave 5. Alright, so price then fell to continue upside and then drop to the downside. However, price also took out the extreme of wave 1. All right, so for the Elliot wave rule, Elliot wave stated that you don't want to see price for an impulsive move. You don't want to see price going below price territory of wave 2 for the Elliot wave rule to work, okay, to be confirmed, and also with the guidelines as well that govern the Elliot wave. All right, but for this one here, we can also see that this was also the price territory of wave 2, and we can see that price have so far cleared that territory, dropping below that zone. And now we're looking at more of a different structure. All right, so what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at a possible ABC, which could also have created an A, and possibly we are looking at a possible B here, and we could also be working a possible C to the upside. All right, we have that possibility. Or however, we could be working a possible impulse correction, impulse A, and we could be looking at price to continue in A, B, C for A, or that structure to the downside back into testing these lows. So whichever possibility that is going to be, we're going to see as new price actions develop. But in this one here, we're going to be looking at a possibility to follow the trend, all right, for just a little more while. All right, because here, if you're going to be looking at this scenario for an A, maybe a B or an X, but this doesn't fit better for an X leg because we have just two structures here. For an X leg, we want to see an X leg bounce more than, we want to see 5 waves. We want to see A, B, C, D, and E for this to be an X leg, or for this to be a W leg, and this can also create an X leg. All right, so what is going to happen here is we're looking at this as a possible ABC for an A, we're looking at this as a possible B, and we're looking at this as a possible continuation to the downside. However, price failing to continue push to the upside could also continue starting a new wave to the downside, and then we can then see price drop to that territory. However, for this one here, we're looking at the wave B to terminate inside of the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement area of this swing. All right, so having tested that area there of that structure there, I want to see from that point on, I want to see price then continue to drop from that point on. However, price has the privilege to still trade up to the 78.6 as well. So we're going to be looking at where we can also start making entries. So on a weekly time frame, we can also identify that we have not yet gone out of this channel here, this spiral structure here that was moving right from last year also, and we're still inside of that structure. However, for this one here, we're going to be looking at the possibility that we could also be having a breakout of this contraction, and we could also look at pricing continue to the upside. So in trading, you want to follow the market. All right, you want to do whatever the market is doing. That is what's going to give you the money, because you don't want to be trading against the market. You want to be doing whatever the market is doing and following the market as well, step by step. As the market moves, you move with it. All right. Okay, so what is also happening here, we could also have identified that this could also be a possible start of a new structure, wave 1, wave 2, which could also then create a wave 3. However, I expect this to also create a wave 4 right inside of this territory, and then we could look at pricing continuing to the upside. All right, so if we find price giving us a valid entry, we'll look to take advantage of whatever is happening now. All right, so we had a very first impulse, to create an A. We had A, B, C to create a B, and then we're looking at a possible drop to complete a C. So however, for this one here, we have it that price have then broken out of this trend line here. All right, so we're looking at a possibility of us having a valid entry for a buy trade. However, I could also start to look at this as the start of a new wave, because this also fits better in the start of the new wave. We are looking at an A, B, C, D, and E for a 5-wave move, and definitely I could also look at this as a retracement to then create the wave 2 of this degree. And then we could look at price and moving from that point to the upside. So all right, so when are we going to be looking at start? When are we going to be looking at start of the push to continue from that point here? I want to see price clear the structure. All right, I want to see price make a move. All right, at the break of this extreme here, I think that would be the best time to start looking for buy opportunities. If price will break the structure here, we can also look to continue that to the upside, because here would be a very, although clear that, this would also be a very important environment here, and I want to see price stay and then trade above this point here. Then I can look for valid entries to continue to downside upside. See you next time. It's been Michael here. Love you all. Subscribe, like, share. That's the best thank you, and it will also help in the creation of more educational videos.